So I gotta get you hip to what Eric was saying about you.
To me?
Yeah, you.
What'd he say?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know.
Man, he was talking crazy on Twitter about that conflict y'all had in class the other day.
Call you out your name and all that.
Saying you was dumb, stupid, you didn't know what you was talking about at all.
For real? He was talking about me.
Yeah.
I'm about to go get my brother. Son. No, get off me.
You do something better, like go to peer mediation so you can resolve your conflict with Eric.
Peer media. Well, I'm gonna get my brother. We can handle this right now.
Would you rather get suspended?
You need to handle this right the first time so you can squash it.
We're just looking out for you.
Listen, for once.
All right, I'll go.
You sure you gonna go for real?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm gonna make sure you go. Come on.
Peer media. Better do something. 'Cause yeah.
So here in peer mediation, we have a couple of ground rules that we need a verbal yes or no, whether you agree or not. So Brittany, I'll start off with you. Do you agree to speak to me, your mediator?
Yes.
Eric, do you agree to speak to me, your peer mediator?
Yeah.
Brittany, do you agree to solve the conflict?
Yes.
Eric, do you agree to solve the conflict?
Yeah.
You gotta say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brittany, do you agree not to interrupt anyone while they are talking?
What if you say something that I don't like?
Well, we keep it fair here in peer mediation. So we'll let him talk, and then we'll also give you your chance. So just let him say what he has to say, and then we could address it later. So yes?
Yes.
Eric, do you agree to not interrupt anyone when they're talking?
Yeah.
Do you agree to no fighting?
Yes.
Eric, do you agree to no fighting?
Yes.
Brittany, do you agree to no cursing?
Yes.
The only time is when you are using a direct quote. So say Eric called you something or you called Eric something. That's the only time. But any other time, it's prohibited.
Okay.
Eric, do you agree to no cursing with the exception of direct quotes?
Yes.
Okay. So keeping everything fair, we use the alphabet to see who goes first in telling their side of the story. So Brittany and then Eric. So B comes before E. So Brittany, tell us your side of the story.
Okay, so we was in class talking about female rappers and male rappers. He said they better. I said we about the same. So he go on Twitter talking about it. And I'm like, why you going to Twitter? But my friend, well, I didn't know. But my friends in the hallways, we was walking, and they tell me they had to get me hip about what he said to me, said about me on Twitter. So then, man, they tell me that he talking all this crazy, talking about something. Oh, I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about, and all the other stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with my brother so I can squash it. Then they stopped me talking about something. Oh no, you just settle it at peer mediation. I'm like, what, peer mediation for punks, man? But since they're my friends, they don't looking out for me, so I came here to solve this.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the conflict started in class when you guys were having like a debate over rappers, and you know he was mad about what you were saying, so he went onto Twitter and he started tweeting different things about you. So he was calling you dumb, you know, different things like that. And then, you know, your friends, you don't have a Twitter, but your friends actually came up to you telling you what Eric had said.
Yeah.
So this was angering you, and you were about to get your brother involved to fight him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Eric, it's time for your side of the story.
Alright, so me and Brittany got the same class together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, me and her arguing about, you know, female rappers and male rappers. And, you know, we was going back and forth, right? And then what's it called? You know, I was mad, you know, because, you know, she kept trying to argue with me, right? So I was mad. And I, you know, tweeted some couple things. But, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. And I was just like, man, she don't know what she's talking about. She needs some facts and she's trying to argue with me, you feel me? And then, yeah, that's it. And then I don't hear that she over here trying to get her brother into this, trying to fight me for no reason, so, yeah.
So what you're saying is you had a dispute in class and you didn't think it was that serious, but she kept trying to argue with you. And then you took it to Twitter and said a few things, and she wanted to get her brother to fight you. And now you're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna fill out the agreement form. So Brittany, I'm gonna start off with you. What can you agree to help solve this conflict?
I agree to not listen to the he said, she said. I agree to not bringing my brother or bringing anybody else into the situation and to, let it go and come to him calmly.
Okay.
Eric, what can you do to solve the situation?
What I can do is, don't let the situation escalate. Just drop it in class. Don't go to social media like on Twitter and disrespect and anything. And Brittany, I do apologize for writing things about you and disrespecting you.
It's okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna read you all what you agreed to, and then we ask that you read it again and sign it.
Okay, so Brittany, you agreed to keep contents of this mediation confidential, to not listen to he say, she say from your friends, and to not involve your brother to fight Eric.
Yes.
Okay, so read that and then sign.
And Eric, you agreed to drop it in class and not to take it to Twitter, and you also apologize to Brittany. Read it and sign it. Okay, so we ask that you guys tell your friends in the class that the situation is over, that you resolved the conflict.
And also, I want to remind you all to keep everything that we talked about here at this table confidential, okay? Again, Khalil and I will not tell anybody, so we ask that you all do the same, okay?
We want to thank you guys for choosing peer mediation to solve your conflict.
Right.
And last but not least, there will be a follow-up, okay? So if you all see our sponsor, the peer mediation sponsor in the hallway, just let her know how things are going, okay?
Okay.
Okay.